This is where the businesses are going to be set up temporarily. This was a hotel. Yeah.
Not whether you had it or not, but how many we did, yeah? I've been to the fire academy. At least four times on the first day, even though we don't find them. It's got a fault line and stuff that makes Tennessee come straight up through Illinois, which would get us. It'd knock all the windows out of our big buildings and stuff. You know, it's like this thing never happened. Yeah, that's right. You know how that is? You get a guy on a motorcycle that crashes. Well, that would never happen to us. I don't need a helmet or whatever. Oh, man, what are you talking about? But the police had to subdue him.
You cleaned everything up, Pete? They didn't waste any time, right away.
They had 72 hours to get their stuff out.
Come here a second now.
With our, that's the new thing.
Oh, here in front of gallery. Come on, Randy. Pretty bad, huh?
It's going to be bulldog. The oldest that there's
Ooh, look at all the stars. This is a good training thing, too. Training of this building is that they got this rods through it anyway, right?
This area right here?
We would have been out here if it had been any work. We were put on call, on standby alert. We didn't get dressed down, but they got three levels, one standby. They had this big dump off places, pods or whatever they call them.
They had everything set.
Beverly Hills or Earthqauke. Pretty wild out there.
Know that people from as far away as your area think of us, you know,
Well,
really.
we do.
It's really nice. It shows there's still a lot of hope for the
Well,
human
it is,
species.
doesn't
It
it?
really is. We've had so much help in so many places that we've never heard of. Little towns, you know, big towns, little towns, out of state, you name it. It's really been heartwarming. Really been heartwarming. How long are you folks going to be around?
We're going to be here tomorrow,
Are you?
and then we're going to go back Tuesday.
Tell you what, come.
Been totally cut off. They cut off the utilities. They cut off everything. All these red tag, yellow tag buildings. They went through. They installed up to the gas lines, water lines. Went through all these streets.
Other than by mistake.
A safe out of there, two pianos. And when you walked up, too bad we don't have a picture of it. You walked up the steps, walked in front of the steps, went up, and they angled up. It said 429. They carried, I guess when they came out, they carried out the photo out.
Been through this before? Never been through an earthquake like this, huh? How old are you? 10. 10? You go to school here too, huh? Has it interrupted your life a lot? All your stuff? Have you been able to get stuff out of the house or not? You have? Yeah. Where are you living now?
We have a house over there.
Did you rent another place? They're going to tear this down? You got any brothers and sisters? Do you? What do you have? Brother, sister, what?
Oh yeah, yeah. Organs. Yeah, they're not very good health. Just let them come back, that's for sure. Get a big picture. Well, they just hauled a keg of beer out the other day.
And you live here?
I live here, that's right. Been in and out for 20 years.
Uh-huh. And your home was damaged?
Not too bad. Many of them have been. I don't know.
And yes, I have a crew like about 8 that have been coming in every day. Faithful followers, and we just 6 o'clock we're still out there and they're
Yeah. Oh, you got this. I was gonna move it.
until we ran up to our bare walls. Saturday.
Okay, there we are, another person.
Fit on.
My name is Mary Earthqauke. This is sister. She's on the, I go with her with all my requests. And she takes, sister! Get over here, dear.
He's all over the place.
Sister Guadalupe, whatever I need here, I go to her and she goes.
Hi, guys.
How are we doing this morning?
I don't think we could be doing any better.
Every time we go through, they wave them.
Why don't we come over and get in line? Let's unload a few of these.
It's that that drop off. I couldn't have made that turn.
You're fine, sir.
With it.
How much room did I have coming around?
Wait, well, at least expect it, right? Something leaking on the top.
Allá las van a llevar. Esta copa de los vacaciones que van aquí, llegan aquí. Porque allá están otros allá con las celdas. Se van a salir, las van a pillar. Allá no hay campaciones. Hola, Yaira. Y bota.
What's her name?
Kayleen Rochelle.
Kayleen. It's a beautiful name.
We're grateful.
You know what? I'm hoping I get a hold of Lily.
She's a sweetheart, that's for sure.
She's been the PIO.
And your name?
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Say hi to Indiana.
Hi, Indiana.
What's the deal?
Recovering from last month's earthquake. Stacia Matthews is standing by live in sunny Southern California with that story. Stacia?
Hi, Howard. The people of central Indiana have brought smiles and tears of joy to earthquake victims here in Fillmore, California. What you see behind me is the distribution center where hundreds of people come every day to pick up bags of foods and basic necessities. But they didn't think they were going to open this morning because the tent was empty, literally empty. They ran out of food over the weekend. I spoke to one of the nuns here at St. Francis Church. She told me she was praying for a miracle, and her prayers were answered. That miracle came in 2 trailers hours before the food distribution center opened. Hoosiers knew quake victims needed food and supplies, but what they didn't know is how desperate the situation was.
This morning we were completely out of food. Saturday they had to close at 2:30 because there was no food left.
and I could not believe when we first got here that they were out of food this morning. I mean, you know, I just know that there's a reason for us being here at this time.
The first person to show up this morning was Heather Chumley, a half hour before daily rations were supposed to be handed out. Washington Township firefighter Captain Randy Fry sensed that something was wrong. Instinct told him the baby was hungry, so he broke away from unloading and began to search for food.
Can she have chocolate cookies?
Little Brittany hadn't eaten since yesterday afternoon.
The main thing is we're alive, we're okay, and the baby's okay. You know, we're alive and we thank God every day for that.
It was the thought of children like Brittany going hungry that moved Central Indiana firefighters to organize this relief effort.
Last evening, the fire department met us and took us a tour through the town, very heavy. And everyone treated us like we were part of their town, part of their family. It was neat. I like that. It's kind of like being home.
This is a gift of love, basically, from the heartland of America, which Indiana is a very, very big part of. And ironically, it's being delivered here on Valentine's Day. I mean, it's such a coincidence.
And the people of Fillmore can't thank Hoosiers enough.
There's nothing I could say to thank you for all our people that are suffering here in Fillmore. And, amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything.
Now, some 500 people come and stand in line here for bags of food every single day. They're hoping that the food that came from Indiana will stretch as long as possible, but they are praying that other communities will be just as generous when the supply starts to run out. Barb and Howard?
All right, Stacia, wonderful, wonderful timing. We're so glad that we got to see that.
Yes, it was.
Now,
perfect timing.
And Stacia, have you seen much damage in that area, in the Fillmore area, from the earthquake?
Yes, we have about $250 million worth of damage on the north end of town, in the older section of town. Really, when you take a look at it, you really can't see a lot of the damage because the houses have shifted from their foundation. I mean, you could look at them and not know that they were unsafe and unsound, except for some of the obvious. Downtown area, many of the buildings have literally collapsed. Many of this area has already been cleaned up and they are starting to rebuild. And people say that may take anywhere from a year to 18 months, so a very slow process, but people are very, very grateful for the Hoosier hospitality.
All right, Stacia, thank you very much for that report.
A little act of kindness can be so grateful for.
Yes.
Well, the Pacers game is a lot more than just 12.
Generosity is shining bright once again tonight.
No surprise there, is it? The pictures of last month's tragic earthquake in California touched a lot of people, but Marion County firefighters did more than just sit and watch.
And they put their feelings to action. They collected earthquake relief supplies. They loaded up 2 trucks. And then they headed west. Tonight, they're in Fillmore, California, handing out that relief. Stacia Matthews is there live, along with photographer Tom Trial, and we join her live by News Star 6 with more. Good evening, Stacia. How are you?
I'm fine, Dion. There are plenty of smiles here in Fillmore, California, but a great deal of anxiety earlier today. There was some concern that those earthquake victims would go hungry. That's because the food distribution center had run out of food. That's what you see here behind me. Ran out of food over the weekend, but there is plenty of food now, 35 tons of it, and Hoosiers made it all possible. But no one was turned away when the food distribution center opened this morning, thanks to the generosity of Hoosiers. 3 Indiana firefighters who helped organize this relief effort pitched in to unload 65,000 pounds of food and supplies. This woman could hardly wait for the center to open. She had a baby to feed, a baby who had not had formula since yesterday afternoon.
The people here in Southern California, thank you very much.
And it was the thought of children going hungry that moved firefighters in Central Indiana to collect the food and then reach out to those who so desperately need it.
It's as bad or worse than I thought it would be. There's so many people who don't have any food and so much damage, so many homes that have been destroyed. It makes you very sad. And at the same time, you've got all these folks out here volunteering their time and taking care of so many people, so it makes you happy.
And there are plenty of people who are happy here tonight. We've been told that the food that was delivered from Indiana This morning, we'll feed roughly 500 people here every single day. That'll be enough food that will stretch for a week, perhaps as long as 10 days. They'll let it stretch as long as they can. Clyde, Dion?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Some support in amid all the stress and sadness out there.
Oh, yeah.
And the real class of the community of firefighters coming to the aid. Thanks, Stacia. Sports and weather coming up next.
Hundreds of people would have gone hungry had it not been for you right here at home.
35 tons of food unloaded in Fillmore in less than 3 hours.
Amazing.
But the damage is affecting the long haul in Los Angeles, jobs, factories, and businesses. Stacia Matthews live tonight at a processing plant. It's closed down because of the earthquake damage. Stacia, tell us more.
Well, Clyde, this is actually called the Citrus Packing Plant, the biggest employer here in the city of Fillmore. The employees actually pack all the sun-kissed oranges that are literally shipped to Indiana every single day. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, as you can see, the earthquake has shut down the operation. Of course, if people cannot come to work, they cannot earn a paycheck. Without a check, they cannot buy food. So they have come to rely on the kindness of strangers. Strangers came from Indiana today to restock Fillmore's food distribution center, left empty over the weekend.
It's as bad or worse than I thought it would be. There's so many people who don't have any food and so much damage, so many homes that have been destroyed. It makes you very sad. And at the same time, you've got all these folks out here volunteering their time and taking care of so many people, so it makes you happy.
Hundreds of quake victims came unaware that they would have been turned away had it not been for Hoosiers' generosity. Colette Sodrino picked up her bag of food like she's done every day since the quake rocked this valley a month ago.
God bless them. God bless them. Because we need all the help we can get. And God bless them.
It's tough to make all this food stretch for a family of 4, but she manages. Everyone is managing.
And there's so many people that have lost everything. Everything.
Mommy, can I get my drink too?
But praise God, we're alive. And our nerves are shot, but we're here.
This here is the last one of 2 semis.
35 tons of food may seem like a lot, but at the rate it's going, it may only last a week. But it's a week more than Fillmore had.
If this doesn't restore your faith in America, United States, I don't know what would.
Now, in addition to the 35 tons of food that was delivered here in Fillmore this morning, Hoosiers also gave a donation of $300. That's just a drop in the bucket, $14 billion in damages. The main thing right now is to get buildings like this one back into operation so that folks can go back to work. But we are told that it's a very slow, a very long process. We were driving around town today and could see some of the demolition work going on. So they want to get things cleared up so they can begin to rebuild and get their lives back to normal. Clyde and Dion?
It's a great gift of time that the local firefighters have given as well, to go out there and to really make a difference to people.
Oh, yes, and people here were extremely grateful. I can't begin to tell you. People came up to us, shook hands. Several people even asked us who could they write to thank back in Indiana. So a lot of gratitude here, a great deal of appreciation.
All right. Thank you, Stacia.
You bet.
It's recording or something, though.
I hit the on button, so.
Hang on a second.
Working now?
the driver's side front axle hub. Go ahead, Scotty, open her up. We've got carpet in here. I don't know how much rust is under the carpet. This is a steel body, but it's aluminum cab. Okay. I mean, aluminum body, steel cab. The inside doesn't look too bad. Other than a little like rust there, I don't know. Got a clear slide disappeared. I'm working on it. Another transverse compartment. All the way through. I don't know where the thing is. Oh, here's the door on here. You got in there. Ours is just about like this, only it has a generator in this compartment. Generator on the other side. There is a generator? No, it was on the other side. No, no generator. It's your rear compartment. Is that for backboards up there? Yeah. Can you reach that, push that up? Uh-huh. You're taller than me, just slip it over. Maybe get a picture on it. Got some rust there. Metal hinge on that aluminum. Backboard storage. You guys use backboards in California? This stuff, this paper stuff in here, and I don't know what this chrome looks like. I don't know what that is. It's your tailboard. Rear lights. What? Yeah. No more generator, but it was there. Scotty, can you tip the cab? Huh? Can you tip the hood? The hood of the truck? The engine, you mean? Probably, yeah. Overall, it doesn't look bad from here. You know, it's not a new one for sure. It doesn't look bad. I've seen a lot worse. It's a diesel engine. Fuel tank's here. It's a passenger side door right here. The inside of her. Seats are in nice shape. There's your battery switch on the dash. Siren button on the floor.
diesel engine.
Breathing off the air compressor right here.
See it. See it. Have they got air brakes on this?
Yeah. 8.2 diesel got air brakes. Well, come over here. I want you to take a picture of this over here.
Big chrome bumper.
That happened to look like an 1 3/4
cap.
End cap instead of the chrome cap.
Sure does. I don't know what the deal is there.
I don't know either.
We'd have to
notice that.
we'll be able to work on them here a little bit on that.
This will be a hit. Here in Bridges, but, you know, it all depends dollars for dollars if you can get anything better out there.
See if a light bar will work, Scotty. See if a light bar will work. There she is. Air horn works. Well, that's what it is. It's not a new one, that's for sure. If it's what you are looking for, let us know something.
60,151 what the mileage is. 60151.
60151 mileage.